Good morning. Do you know what it means to enter into silence and solitude? One of the reasons I love the woods is because it's a place where I meet with God in the middle of silence and solitude. Sometimes walking around and actually doing stuff with my body is one of the best ways that I can do that. Years ago, I gave my daughter a book. She was a teenager at the time. It was called Invitation to Silence and Solitude. And I thought, what a great idea. And she said to me, "Dad, are you trying to tell me to shut up and go to my room?" Think of that, silence and solitude. And a lot of us sort of think of it as a punishment, that God is trying to do something to straighten us out. But I really think God is allowing us to get to the bottom of what's running our lives. Silence is sort of like scooping up some lake water. You know, there's bound to be some particles of dirt in the midst of lake water. And those particles of dirt are sort of like the thoughts that are in our minds. Did you know that you're thinking all the time? And those thoughts are resulting in attitudes and actions? But a lot of the times we don't realize the thoughts that are running our lives and sometimes ruining our lives. Of course, Isaiah said it this way: "You will keep him in perfect peace whose mind is fixed on you, because he trusts in you." But sometimes those thoughts are not trusting thoughts. It's only in the midst of silence and solitude that we can sometimes get to the bottom of what kinds of thoughts are running our lives. Habakkuk is a little-known prophet, and he experienced a little bit of this as well. In the midst of a troubling and confusing time, he cried out to God. And it says he went to his watchtower, and then he said, "Let all the earth keep silence before him." So he practiced some solitude, and he practiced some silence. What did he discover? You know, what he discovered was this: that his greatest need was not to control his circumstances or understand them. His greatest need was to see God. And it says this in verse 4 of chapter 3, "His brightness was like the light. Rays flashed from his hand, and there he veiled his power." His attitude moved from despair and confusion, and at the end, it resulted in this. Verse 17, "Though the fig tree should not blossom, nor fruit be on the vines, the produce of the olive fail, and the fields yield no food, the flock be cut off from the fold, and there be no herd in the stalls." That is, if everything falls apart economically for the nation, it says this: "Yet I will rejoice," what? "In the Lord." Why? Because in silence and solitude, he saw God. And the experience of the presence of God was the awareness that God was enough for him. Thanks for joining me. God bless you.